What is up, everybody? I'm Nolex Given here with some more Fairytale Fables. Like I said in the previous video, I was thinking about switching to post-commentary Fairytale Fables games and playing some more offline, and I did, but wasn't able to put out the other video that I wanted to put out today, so I figured I would just record a live one here real quick. And the options are Ugly Duckling, which I think kind of pushes you towards like pirates, which is something that I don't really like, and Peter Pan, which is a hero that I've not really tried in this game, to be totally honest. So maybe Peter Pan is an interesting option to go. I'm obviously familiar with Peter Pan in the storybook brawl of old, but I don't know what Peter Pan has got going on necessarily in this one. So let's pick up Peter, and it'll actually be cool to play a Peter Pan game with live commentary, actually, because this is my first time playing the hero. Still definitely a decent amount left for me to discover in Fairytale Fables. There's a bunch of treasures that I've never hit or never played with, including a bunch of Tier 8 treasures, though I think at least some of the Tier 8 treasures are from Storybook Brawl as well. I don't know all of them. I just know that World Tree is a Tier 8 treasure in this game. But yeah, I have not played with Peter Pan, so we will see how different he plays out in this one. And I locked onto the Demon's Deal. I think I was gonna go Cat Angel, but I don't hate Tracking Dog. That is another character that you can scale, and staying level 4 means that you can pick up the detective that is pretty reasonable. So giving myself the option, I think that basically what I'm getting at, the fact that Peter Pan goes to 4 means I don't think that you're locked into Hatball. You could find Juliet, you could find the tailor, Tomorrow's Tailor. I think that is a route that you could go as well, and try to buff up some things with that. I will definitely pick up an Elaine here. Could actually go for the Happy Little Tree, but I think I will just go for a Cat Angel now, and then I'll pump this up. So if we take a look at the collection and look at level 4 characters, level 4 treasures are also going to be important to know. Probably don't want to go for Cat Choir, but yeah, Detective Apprentice, and then the fact that we have access to Book Mage is reasonable. Probably not going Fluffs, probably not going Juliet, but Tomorrow's Tailor plus the Fairy Monster is reasonable, Yuck the Yak is reasonable, and we'll look at treasures in a moment or two. Probably just want to pick up all of the apprentice owls that we find. And I guess we could go for the fried egg rather than another roll. Just do a little something like that. And then what are some good level 4 treasures? I know we get access to the Cursed Spyglass and the Pirate Map. So there are some potentials to high roll, but I think you're looking at Double Caster, Merlin's Scrolls of Chaos, Odin's Ravens. It is awkward that in this game you actually do rely a lot more on the, Weird Compass is probably a great starting one as well. Ooh, a defeat. That's a bummer. Don't think I'm super interested in Snow White. Determined Plowman at this stage of the game is probably still fine. Not going to pick this up just yet. So yeah, let's go Plowman. And could honestly just be going the Fool. However, this is a lot different. Peter Pan capping at 4 means that I'm not just going to have infinite time to triple up things like the Fool, which means it becomes a lot less important, too. I think I will grab the Elaine here. There's also crew member. Oh, and here's Mycroft. Okay, well, what if for this fight, then, we actually pick up on the Mycroft. I'm not actually super concerned about tripling Elaine, and I don't think it's worth locking onto, but I do think potentially Mycroft is a build that could have some success here. That Blizzard was brutal. Oh my word. Alright, we take 9 from that Blizzard. Well, this might be a short video then. Definitely snagging an Acolyte, and I'll take a Demon's Deal, despite that causing me some damage even further. I don't think I'm going to go for the Plowman triple on 3.2. I think I'm just going to try to find another Acolyte, but another young Parrot could be my speed as well. I think that's a nice way to finish off here. Tracking Dog if we skip. Merlin's Tower is pretty good though if we were to go this route. And then we also could go Ice Ring. We could become the Blizzard we want to see in the world. And that's a spell each fight. That pumps up my mages. Alright, well, it's not going to get better than that. Yeah, I'll swap this out. Roll one more time and then not locking onto this. Not pumping Mycroft here, but pumping both of my mage characters. I think pumping both of my mage characters. Yes, it does. So that's worth it. We do get the Slay, so we just pumped up the Tracking Dog, so now it survives the Blizzard. I guess that's something. And now we have the Tier 4 characters. Immediately a Detective's Apprentice, I think, is going to be the route to go. Oh, the Blizzard is good with the Plowman. Did not think of that. Oh, we actually want 2 characters in our hand. Do we pick up a Radiant Fairy then? I think we're just looking to cut the young Parrot. So I think let's go that route instead. And then here is a Tomorrow's Tailor. I do think that that is something that we want to make sure we're making use of, though. Awkwardly, I guess I have to cut Elaine to put Tomorrow's Tailor in. But Tomorrow's Tailor on 4.0 is just so good. Pretty reasonable odds to slay, though we are blizzarding against a double, what's this called? Bark? Something? Yellow bark, yeah. We are blizzarding against a double yellow bark, so that might not be the wisest idea. Nothing we can do about it at this point. Except give my opponent a nice reward. It actually does make this card slayable, so the Blizzard worked out pretty well for me, to be totally honest there. And we are able to clear their front line and their back line, so I will take a losing tie and a Slay of the Tailor. Every 6 times you cast a spell. Oh, so I do want to be casting spells. Oh, and this counts as casting spells. Oh, wow. Okay, it counts as casting spells, and it's really good with Young Yellowbark. Those are the main synergies we have. I think I will pick up a Yellowbark, just because giving all of my characters a bit of a boost is probably better than this Owl at this point. I will take another Tomorrow's Tailor. And I could throw in an endurance potion just to like get a little bit more stats out of it. That's kind of interesting. Curious if we want to try to move Elaine to the front or just play the Owl. Both of those are somewhat interesting too. I think we are going to cut the Plowman here though. So let's just sell off the Plowman and maybe do like endurance potion here. Yeah, this is why I kind of don't mind the live commentary first time playing a hero. I totally forgot that this card even had that ability. So when you level up, the buff gains +1/+1. which means eventually spells are giving like +4/+4 plus more. That's kind of wild. Could triple Elaine. That allows me to put it back on the board, but is that good? And then there's Chameleon as well. This is a really big Elaine. Yeah, alright, we gotta play it. It's just so large. We're just skipping. It cost me 1 gold to make a slightly bigger creature for the board, but that's good. I'd love to triple the Tomorrow's Tailor and also Young Yellowbark. I think we will wind up picking up a Radiant Fairy at some point. That's not going to be right this second, though. And then we actually get to triple both the Tailor and the Yellowbark right now. We're going to sell out of the Parrot. Or. We could just put in the Yellowbark, but I think I want to triple the Tailor first because that will help the other things scale easier. And that's just going to be selling off this, tripling this, taking a tier 4 treasure. Casting a random spell at the start of each combat will also help me build on Pan without having to actually spend gold on spells. So I think that this is all pretty sweet. Could cast the Morphalot here, just real quick, as a spell. Sure, let's do it. So the reason that I did that is because that means that I will now cast spells 3 and 4 right here, because that was spell number 2. And that should give everything a +4/+4. I'm not sure if it did that. Oh, that's right, in the shops. In the shops. So my shops are getting real big here all of a sudden. I also get a tier 3 treasure. Should we find the ball, that's kind of interesting. I guess I'll mess around with a baby mimic, see what we can do. And now I think is where I will start to prioritize friendly spirits. I think that we've done enough work to get us here. Oh, this number at the top isn't our spells cast. It's how many... That's our XP, right. So how can I see how many spells I've cast? Not really. Okay, that's interesting. Another Rune Bark, but I don't think we need to embark on that one. Here's an Apprentice Owl, here's a Mycroft. I mean, the Detective Apprentice doesn't really get us anywhere, but nor does the Apprentice Owl. I think I really just want Friendly Spirit. Grimm's Twist here is something. Snow White could build into a tier 3 treasure. I don't even know what treasure exactly I'm looking for, other than maybe, like, map. But I do think I want a tier 4 treasure. Which means, like, maybe I just take Angel Warrior as just, like, a reasonable ranged character. Just for the econ right now. Seems fine. Everything's going to get +2 attack at the start of the turn, everything on my side of the board. But I think the most important thing is to continue slaying with the Tailor. For now, at least. Okay, a nice little Ride of the Valkyries. That'll help the slay, and this is able to get a kill as well. Oh, that just barely hung on there. But the Tailor grabbed another slay. That's actually more than I could have asked for. All right, now let's pick up the Friendly Spirits. Monster Book also makes an appearance. You know what? Monster Book's gotta come in because it's just so synergistic with the buff. We're just casting spells and getting free stats here. Could cast a spell because the turn's almost over. This is also not a terrible spell. Let's just grab a random 5. Ooh, that's a really good random 5, isn't it? Could be better than Elaine. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to move the Tailor to the second position, just because a first position attacking Succubus I think is way too good. I feel pretty strong, despite falling to 14 pretty early. I think that was really only one big loss for 9, and then some Demon's Deals, and maybe one other small loss, if that even happened. But I've cast at least 2 Demon's Deals, so I might have just cast a third Demon's Deal, and then lost 1 combat for 9, which put me to, like, towards the bottom of the lobby pretty early on. But I think despite that, I am feeling pretty strong comparatively. The Elaine is noticeably, like, better than the Apprentice Owl, but I just don't know if I can take actions on that, because I'm going to be casting 3 spells in combat, so I think it's just important to get this Apprentice Owl in here. And a Lightning Strike, not bad. A Slay, pretty good. And then a Monster Book. Cool. Just looking to make sure this pumped itself. We could take a Blizzard here, but that's draining, right? Yeah, that's lame. I don't want to drain. Wait. Oh no, this is the Peter Pan. This number is spells, this number is XP. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Losing XP. You know what? I feel like this is kind of a free roll. But is it draining? It is draining. That's probably still fine. It's so much more gold, and there's some things that I would really like to pick up. Book Mage is kind of something I would really like to pick up. Alright, I gotta double check on tier 3 treasures. But I think, like, other than Ball, I'm not looking for tier 3s. Yeah. But what if I find Ball? That would be kind of clutch. No, it's too risky, I think. Can't pick up the owls anymore this turn. I wanted Friendly Spirits, and then I kind of wanted more Tomorrow's Tailors. But I guess I'm going to pick this up for lack of anything better, and I do find the Ball. Alright. So, oh, you can skip now and you don't use your Baby Mimic. But I think putting this on this is really good. I'm just going to use this because I'm basically out of time here. And then I will lock on to another Acolyte. So now I add 2 random spells when I cast a spell, and I get 8 more mana at the start of each fight. I think this is all going to be enough to go the distance. It certainly seems like it. Was that the lobby leader too? I think it was. If not, it was up there. Alright, let's grab this. Let's morph on, I suppose, just this for now. Oh, alright. Well, yeah, we have to do it. We could make this into a 6, but the problem is it's not going to stay a Crystal Sage. The other thing we could do is, like, start to send Tomorrow's Tailor up the chain. But I think we're just going to new you this and see if we can get anything interesting out of it. Might not, though. Alright, I will take another Acolyte as well. And probably just finish off on Lightning Strike. At some point, the Succubus isn't going to be as good as the Yellow Bark, and it's fine to just recognize that. So yeah, I think I'll just finish off with a Lightning Strike and ready up. This isn't exciting. I guess I could have New You'd on the Succubus, but then I would have lost the Succubus, which I was appreciative of for a time there. But this is where Pan gets interesting, is like, I'm playing this, like, scaling comp, but what I'm actually scaling more than anything right now is going to be my shop. So that means like I might want to start to replace some of these things, which means that scaling isn't as important as just like casting spells and then buying new things. Yeah, like that just gave my shop plus a billion plus a billion. To gain their level as HP, I don't really think I want to gain... I mean, I want to gain a bunch of HP, but I just don't want to... Yeah. Okay, this is good. We'll start twisting this. Don't need that. Yeah, we'll focus on the targeted spells, I think. Basically out of coin for the turn. Fine to finish off on a fireball, I think. Could have also just banked the gold with the short sword, but I don't mind a little bit of combat spells. We're in the top 4 of the lobby all of a sudden. We were potentially 8th at one point. I did not check what my position was earlier on. But now we are in 2nd, and we just beat this player 2 turns ago. I can't imagine they're going to turn it around too much. We could replace tomorrow's Tailor with a Succubus at some point. And I think I'm over the Rune Bark. I think that just playing a Book Mage is better. But I don't know. I've got a lot of other powerful options on the board if I were to triple up any of these cards. I don't really need a triple because I'm not super looking for treasures. However, I could replace this or this with relevant treasures, more relevant treasures now that I have the Seer's Sphere. I would really love to grab and keep a, what's it called there? The Aeon, whatever it's called in this game. Alright, yeah, let's grab a tier 3 treasure. Oh, that's a big acolyte. And then, yeah, this is going to be a skip, though. Let's throw this back in for a moment before Morpholotting. Yeah, I think I'll just Morpholot here. I think I'll keep casting the targeted spells. New You makes this a 5, but I really should just be doing it... Oh, well, this is upgraded. That's the benefit. Oh, I should have done it on the Tailor. Huh. Upgraded Succubus now. I'll look to cast one more. Yeah, I will take a healing potion, though. I think that's a fine rate. One more New You. Here's the Radiant Fairy. 100 in stats. Like, that's significantly bigger than tomorrow's Tailor. I think I have to pick that up. I'll front load the books so that way we can pump up the owl. Actually, I could just do this. I think that's pretty decent too. And we'll ready up. If we can triple the book, I'll put in another Succubus. To be honest, I think it's a really powerful card. Might even put one front line, one back line. Yeah, because Succubus is like some of the only reasonable ways you get through some of these numbers. I imagine that it's probably true in this game, but in Storybook Brawl, wow, they did not get that sleigh. They do get this sleigh, which means they will probably have enough stats to take me down here. Yeah, it was relatively close. I take 11 down to 2, though. Life gain, probably pointless at this point. Alright, here's a monster book. Oh, the life gain would have been good. I could have picked up the Demon Steel, though I guess that's just a wash at that point. So when you buy a spell which costs at most 2 gold, repeat it once, we will cut this. Yeah. Let's definitely not repeat cast that. might do this now. Oh yeah, and stats now go on the Radiant Fairy. Oh, that's not repeatable, I suppose. Oh, it's got to go on an evil character, turned good. Throw that here. Oh, I'm out of gold. Alrighty. I guess I could have kept that because I could have candy caned it. Just freshen up to finish off, and I could sell out the tailor to use a fried egg. That's probably worth it to finish off the turn. Oh, I'm up against the ghost, though. Okay, wasn't worth it then. And looks like I'll probably be getting a second place. Though, I could maybe scam this opponent enough. Maybe with double frontline succubus, I actually could get a scam in. Oh, we'll do one frontline, one backline, maybe. It's maybe a little bit safer. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So on Peter Pan and Storybook Brawl, you were only limited to combat spells that were available on your level. And I have to imagine it's going to be the same here for Peter Pan and Fairytale Fables. What that basically means is that, like, the best high rolls out of Merlin's Scroll and Monster Book aren't actually something that are available to me. Like, I can't turn anything into a pig, which is a pretty huge downside in the late game. Absolutely massive. But we got to second place, so I'm going to call it a dub. I think that Peter Pan generally is looking to get second. So if we can get there, I think that that's good. And that might be all she wrote, you know? Ran out of Sears triggers. Could go for a Vitality. Take some sweet oranges and then end up just rolling it down. All right. So this was, I have to imagine this is the end of the road. Maybe the succubus can do some dirty work here. But I think that this was a pretty good showing for my first time playing Peter Pan. I think there's some interesting things that happen and some other kind of sub-games that maybe make this strategy not as straightforward as it was in Storybook Brawl. Just using the succubus to make Gretel slay again is very, very awkward. We are able to take them both out there, though, and then Jormungand trades, and we do, unfortunately, lose. It was pretty close there, though, but that's going to be good enough for a second place, and that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.